Welcome everyone to the Master Vox. Sorry for the delayed portion between content. College is a bitch when you're old as fuck and you're around nothing but young kids. Today we have a great game. I realized that I haven't done anything for the first Airborne deck review. So what I'm going to do here today is I've updated the deck a little bit with some help from Nilla and what is it? Graham Slam. And so I just wanted to give it a try the other night, and I have a great game with myself against CK. So with me, I would like to have our co-host introduce himself again.
Yeah, Mom let the cat out of the bag, but Dad's back. I got the milk and my cigarettes. So once that's gone, I can't say what's gonna happen after that. But for now, just enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, so we got Dad back until the next cigarette run is what it's really turning into.
And I might stay around if you like and you comment and you subscribe and you also hit the notification bell and you share it with somebody. If you don't do all that though, Daddy's gone.
Oh, Dad's about to be gone. Oh, whew. And it's all because of you guys. All of you unsubscribed.
Yeah, it is your fault. It's your fault.
It's not you, it's me. I swear. No, it's really you. We all know that lie. Now, if you look up north on the map, you can see here that these Forcemen are just crazy. I love them so much in close combat.
Yeah, essentially what they did is they were like, okay, we're going to go grab all of the Canadian crackheads. We're going to give them crack and give them weapons and tell them to go kill the dudes in front of them and tell them there's crack in their skulls. So,
yeah,
that's what those guys are. They're wild.
Oh, also, one update. I put the M1 gun, the 57 mil that has HE in there off of Nilla's recommendation because any HE support is good. But look at these Forcemen just start melting these Mackie saws. Oh.
Yeah, back to the M1 there. The M1 with the HE is awesome. Any gun that has a low caliber with HE at 1500 meter range and a high rate of fire is good. It's not going to do a lot of kill damage, but it's a constant stream of fire, so whatever unit you're shooting at is constantly under duress and getting pinned. And since that rate of fire is really fast, you can switch over to like a vehicle really quickly if you need to. You're not just stuck killing one thing at like 6 rounds a minute or 5 rounds a minute.
So it's just a beautiful amount of versatility is what it turns into.
Definitely.
Yeah. So looking elsewhere on the map, most of the other fighting is happening in the south, but the north, it looks like 1st Airborne's able to push through what little he has left with the Mackie saws, and having that 57 mil there to overwatch, yeah, it's going to be hard for him to get stuff in.
Yeah, and you also have the benefit of being able to fight from that hill if you need to.
Yeah.
So if you lose that flag down there, that's okay. You can set back up in the hill, come down and use the cover there. And on his side, if he loses that bridge where the town with the 2 flags is on the right side of the river and on the left side, he's pretty much screwed.
Very true. So I think I might have lucked out a little bit with the side on this, but I'm sure I could have still done a good job regardless of where it is.
Yeah, but on the flip side, though, up north, his hill's better than yours because there's a direct road through it that gets covered by a dense tree line. While your road, you come out through the open and you can immediately get targeted by that tree line. So there's some give and take.
Very true. But that 57 mil is sniping Mackie saws. Oh, God, it's so beautiful to watch. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go.
It didn't last very long.
No. It's okay. It's okay. It's totally me. One other thing I want to point out is the 60 mil mortar in the south. So the 60 mil mortar, I know one of the things you taught me a while ago, is amazing for swinging any infantry fight. So you can have some bullshit, disheartened guys, and because of those 60 mil mortars, it will allow them to start winning actual infantry engagements.
Yeah, it's the same deal as the cluster bombers. You use them to stun and pin rather than outright kill. And if you keep your infantry alive, you keep the firefight going, and you're not retreating and you're not pinned down, you can force surrenders. And forcing a surrender is the best way to kill a unit in the game because you're not exchanging fire anymore, and you don't have to waste ammo killing it. You can just walk up on it and have it just immediately switch over and be done.
Very true. And it looks like he's completely broken through my southern portion right now. So we're going to see how I deal with that. But the V for victory is still an interesting thing to get used to, you know? Also,
yeah, there's some give and take with it. Sometimes you get a little too hasty in one area, and you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I probably should have looked out down south.
Oh, yeah, but also I'm going to point out these Lysanders, these little 30-point biplanes, are fucking annoying as shit to play against. Like, it is a biplane, or no, it's a mono wing, but still, it's a 30.12 bomb load, like,
They're
recon
9
bomber.
kilogram bombs. What the fuck?
Yeah,
What
but
is a 9 kilogram bomb doing? Like,
it's
that's
annoying
wild.
me is what it's doing.
Yeah, no shit.
But yeah,
And
no.
it's got a radio on it.
Yeah.
Wild.
But like what you're gonna see, like Group Durati has an amazing air tab. Is all I gotta say there. Ooh. All right, you can
Yeah,
see.
the wild thing too is we were talking about this before the recording started. It's kind of like a mirror of Airborne Task Force, because a lot of the like the Forcemen I think are on both sides, right? I think ATF gets Forcemen, and then he also gets AB rifles, and you get AB rifles.
Yeah. So it's like
Really,
a
what
really
we're seeing is
weird.
like a schizophrenic fight.
It's a really weird mirror match. Okay, it's like you went into like some alternate dimension.
Yeah, it's yeah. You're the version with the mustache. Or
Yes,
the
yes.
goatee.
Yeah, the twirly mustache version. Yeah.
Yeah, you're evil Spock.
Now you see, I'm trying
that
to
thing-
stabilize
that
down
thing's
south
doing-
too.
The little Lyslander just bombed you, didn't do any damage, but it gave you like a quarter pin. So you're gonna roll into a firefight now and lose it because you're gonna get immediately pinned down because of that thing.
True, but I'm also going to point out the Pathfinders, the British Pathfinders. I also updated my deck with these, are fantastic because they have those Willy Pete as well. So
Yeah, the Willy Pete's good.
oh yeah, any Molotov or Willy Pete or something like that is an amazing thing to have. And as you see, I'm able to go from like a 3-man Pathfinder to basically almost killing off these Mackie Saws.
Yeah, anything with a throwable is gonna do really good when it's on low health. It's always a negative outcome if you're a full strength squad fighting a low health squad that has a throwable, because you'll end up winning, but at that point that unit probably wasn't going to kill anything to begin with, and it's just going to slowly whittle you down.
Very, very true. And it's just like you have to think about that cost effectiveness of what you have going on.
Yeah, if you look down south in the village where you're clearing out the AB rifles,
Yeah.
your Forcemen were in an unfair fight there because you were too close to where it wouldn't throw the satchel charge. And you end up surrendering it there,
Oh.
but that you took more casualties than you probably should have because of the game.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that there was like an actual minimum range for satchel charges.
Yeah, because the two buildings are less than like a meter between the two of them, like in game terms, not real life terms, but in game terms.
Yeah.
And it won't throw the satchel charge because it'll kill yourself.
Oh, I see what
Funny
you're
enough,
saying.
that's something that Eugen forgot to do in one of their most recent updates for Warno, and you had units with satchel charges blowing themselves up. Yep.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you give them an inch and they still fuck it up.
Yeah. So remember, every time that you pay Eugen, guys, they're going to do something like that. They're going to forget how to make their game.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying about those Lysanders, those 9s, they're just like annoying as shit the entire game. They're not actually as effective as I thought they were while I was playing, but again, just super annoying.
It's like a mental thing. When you're constantly getting bombed and there's a plane flying around that also has recon optics, it's just annoying. You're like, okay, I can't hide anything. They're going to know where everything is. Oh, it's going to drop its little 9 kilogram bomb on me. I'm going to immediately get stunned. Oh, and it automatically reloads really quickly because it's a light bomber. That's cool. Oh, I can't hide from it because it's a recon bomber. That's awesome. And it's just rinse and repeat.
And then I also run into the fact that one of the issues with 1st Airborne Task Force is I have no AA until B. And the fact that he has Beaufort 40 mils up already means that I can't use my Air Force to take down these Lysanders.
Yeah, I saw your P-51 get turned around there and then killed, which is really rough.
Yeah, just a little rough.
At the mercy. Oh, here comes your bomber P-51.
Oh yeah, what was I going for? Oh yeah, I'm going for this Hotchkiss, but at the same time I have the 60 mil mortars, the 75 mils on this Beaufort's, and it's still doing the Lord's work. That's how good Beaufort's are. It's crazy.
Yeah, especially with one vet. If you just get a vet on it, it'll just make it so much better than it ought to be.
Yeah, and like I think Beaufort's are one of the most cost-effective like anti-air pieces out there.
One interesting thing to note up north is he has those FFI saboteurs sitting in that forest there. If I were him, I would have been looking around for AT guns and stuff with them.
You mean like that AT gun that's been sniping his Mackie Saj the whole time?
Yeah, exactly. That one right there.
Yeah, the AT gun that's right next to him. You know, the Cusco's poison, the poison specifically for Cusco. Yeah, Cusco's
Yep,
poison.
exactly.
Now,
He's done a good job down south of stabilizing, though, even though he has armor and, at your disposal right now.
yeah. Ooh, airborne rifle's about to get turned into chunky salsa by Forceman. Yes.
Yummy.
Yummy. Mmm. Belly
Bye.
rubs. Hey, look, another one.
You know what's upsetting? When you hover over the commando trait on the unit card, it doesn't tell you what bonuses it gives it. It just says, makes them tougher. That's cool.
Yeah, oh no, it does. It says commando units gain not only the Raider trait, but also the shock trait, as well as taking less suppression during combat. You just have to hover over it for a minute.
Right, but you have to know what's the percentage of that? What percentages are we changing here? It's just, oh, that's cool. It does something, but it doesn't tell me exactly what it does, like percentage terms.
No, it doesn't tell you a damn thing. But you were right about these Pathfinders. They do great. They do the Lord's work in close combat.
Yeah, and the Enfield's not awful, too. It's not, I mean, it's not as good as a semi-auto rifle, but
yeah,
it's still okay. Because if you look at the AB rifles at full strength there in the town, they have 276 rounds a minute with 9 of them.
Yeah.
The Enfield has 200 rounds a minute with 7 of them. So the Enfield is pretty good in general, and I think Eugen properly models that with the whole Mad Minute thing that the Brits like to, circle jerk around. They're like, yeah, we can shoot so quickly, but it's, it's kind of true. It's a smooth action. It's a 10-round magazine in the Enfield. It's a good little rifle.
It is. It's basically like it has such a little pressure point for actually redoing the bolt. It's crazy.
Yeah, I have my Carcano, and that thing's like taking a piano and dragging it with like a piece of wire through gravel. It's so shitty. That trigger pull's brutal.
Well, I have a PU sniper, and that is the smoothest bolt. Like, we are talking like all of the little babushkas in Soviet Russia got put like a gun to their head. They said, make a good gun, and they did it. Okay? That's how smooth that action is on my actual Mosin. Now, one thing you're going to see here is I bring in a lot of M10 tank destroyers in this division, and we're seeing the M10s do the Lord's work right now. Also, one thing you can do in this division, you'll see me do it probably later, is using those 20-point supply jeeps to stick around those M10s to keep them having a 2k APCR. I don't give a shit that it doesn't deal 8 damage. What it does is it gives me a 2k range when the other guy doesn't have that 2k range.
Yeah, especially on this map, because there's no room for armor to maneuver on this map. It's all choke points, and if you can just have 2k line of sight down a choke point, it's absolutely brutal.
Yeah, like you see that M10 tank destroyer in the south, it's going to be cutting off any reinforcements coming further down. And so I'm like in my head, like, okay, I've contained this as much as I can. That M10 is going to do the Lord's work. I'm just going to have to like keep dealing with other things elsewhere, because this is where I have a shitty income. So this is where I'm expecting him to, make his pushes with his 40 points above me.
So one thing I want to note for everybody to take into account is you just lost down south the hill, but you've contested that for so long and made that a focal point. And you should, because it's really important that you hold it, because you threaten the flank. You can't push into your village there in the valley at all. And it also forces him to divert a ton of resources there. And in terms of trade in that, you've come out on top, like, points-wise. And now if he wants to push out of that and take the rest of your hill there, that's also going to be a challenge for him, because your reinforcement point's right there. You can come up through the woods and have cover and try to get back in there. So deciding to fight over that so hard for the first 15 minutes of the game was a really good choice.
So basically you think that I did a good job with, like, choosing the area in which my division would get the most bang for their buck?
Yeah, and that's not even so much a divisional choice right there, too. That's just it. That position there is so important for CK to hold that you desperately need to just continue to pressure it.
Yeah, and you can see it's not an overinvestment, but it's kind of is compared to what I have there, and I'm able to just hold this area against all odds.
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh, we got an 81 mil mortar from CK up north, going off trying to hit that 57 mil that could have been hit by that FFI saboteur.
He might have forgot that that saboteur's there.
Oh, look what I brought in. Look what I'm bringing in.
Oh, the PVD-1? Oh, yeah. That's brutal.
I can't remember. Does it do it? Does it do it? Oh, yeah, do the swoopy swoop.
There it goes.
Do the dive. Whee!
That's a really good choice there, too, by you. Like, really good decision-making, because fighting hasn't been intense up north. You know that he doesn't have any A up there as far as you know.
Yeah.
And that mortar comes out. That mortar's important for him. It's a radio mortar. You don't get a ton of those.
Yeah.
And just being able to come in, swoop in, take it out, and piss him off. It's all around. That's a really good decision.
Yeah, and I think it's going to cause an overinvestment of AA in the north after that point. Mm-hmm. And then the bow fighter in the middle, too, just took out an M10. So it's just using my Air Force as much as I can, you know.
Yep, and then that Bofors he had there was out of position, too. It was moving through the forest.
Yeah. Also, one thing I want to point out, on this map where this M4 105 is, it's annoying as hell, because if he tries popping out of that forest at all, the 105 will engage them as well as the infantry, where like the forestmen are starting to push up and figure out what's there in the forest. Because it has that 2K range up north, So anything that pops up and tries to engage me will be hit by not only whatever infantry I have down here, but also the M4 105.
All about that 2K range, zoning your opponent out on this map.
Yep. Oh, down south, he's breaking through me.
Yeah, but you got those Stuarts coming in, and we would engage his Stuarts.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you have your 105 there. You being able to keep your artillery supplied there, 105 in the valley there to shoot up at the hill.
Yeah.
As long as you don't let him get fire superiority on the hill, you're going to be okay. And it's going to be harder for him to get stuff up on the hill. Those M3s are out in the open. They're having to push their shit through the field.
Yeah.
So they're not getting anywhere. If he brings them up through the hill onto the top, they could do some damage, but the 105's there to help cover that. And the 105 outranges that Pack 40. So even though the flag's been captured and you don't have any infantry there, it shouldn't be a death sentence.
Yeah, no, and it's just like the importance of this hill is so big, because if you can take this hill and get that fire superiority down it, you can shoot down into my town, right where my 105 is engaging his Stuart. So it's turning into like a little bit of a shit show there. But he can get his support weapons up, and as you see here, that Pack 40, if it moves up against that hill line, can shoot down into that town and shoot into that reinforcement road at that T intersection there.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I pointed out earlier. It's so important that you contest the hill for as long as you can.
Yeah, you never want to give up this hill. Like, it's not just some cutoff. Oh, the Mountain Yards. I always forget that they have bazookas. Like, this DLC was basically Bazookas the game, or fucking Divisions.
Yeah, bazookas and sniper rifles. Everybody gets one.
Yep. Now, one of my...
It was like, you get one, and you get one.
Yep. All right, so what you're seeing here is you see that I brought in this 60 mil mortar and these assault groups, and I'm just using the 60 mil mortar just like you taught me. Use it to suppress, push these assault groups in, and do the Lord's work with the Lord's caliber, because they got all them 45s.
Yeah, that is a FUD loadout. It's 30-06 and 45.
Not only is the bar 30-06, the M1 Grands are 30-06, and you got 45s. Whew.
That's hot.
Yeah. But you can see here that 60 mil mortar is allowing me to start getting in, even though I'm not in my optimal range, and it's just the BARs and the the Grands firing. Again, his Air Force, he played his air really well. Like, we're talking air spam the game, is what I was dealing with there.
Yeah, the P-47's just... The P-47 looks like it's just mad at the sky, and it, like, aggressively cuts through the air. It's so big and so powerful. And the game, too, represents that. It's like an A-10. It just rolls in, can take a beating, get its payload off, and then just go home. Doesn't give a fuck.
Now, looking at this, though, for the fact that in the 10 minutes where I'm at a negative income, he hasn't ticked me that much. He's recently just gotten the tick, and that's because this southern push down here.
Yeah. Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, it's hard to reinforce that. You're going to have to go through the road there. You have the 105 covering it. If you want, you can get another M10 up there, and then you're closer to your reinforcement point there, and there's no geographical barrier from stopping you from counterattacking.
Yep. Oh, look up north. I'm doing some stupid shit.
Yep, assault group doing the assault group job.
Yep.
They got cool unit models. They're all camoed.
Oh yeah, they are. But yeah, the assault group, when I saw that Pack 40, I was like, no, I will not let you have this here. And so I just threw the assault group in. Now the problem with the assault group is they don't have any AT. So that Stewart over there is going to hold back the entire push. Though I killed the Pack 40, so now it's time to like just hold that area and make him wonder.
Oh, a little ping. Oh, you spotted the other mortar.
Yep. Now, did he bring another Bofors, or am I going to be able to get another cheeky, second shot off like that? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to watch to find out.
Yeah, I don't see any other. There's that one Bofors in the forest still, but he didn't bring in another one, so.
Southern and a mid. He doesn't have anything covering his top right now. Oh. And the what's up?
105 down south just took out the Pack 40 on the hill.
Oh hell yeah! And then I got the 75, like the little howitzers, hitting his Pack 40 there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then here you go. You have your assault groups down south getting into position to counterattack. And now he's just finally getting infantry into position to start walking forward to reinforce his guys there. But it's just a little too late there. He doesn't have the firepower to keep you pinned down from pushing forward.
Yeah.
And part of that issue too is just the nature of that supply road. It's a tall order for him to try to go and take all that.
Yeah, I feel like this is like a bit of a trap for people. Instead of pushing like in the center where he could have done a little bit more. Not where I have the north held really strong, but like in the center where all these flags just there. I think that he has a lot more units and he would have been able to like push a little bit better there, rather than investing so much into the southern position. Because I don't think he has much 2K stuff either, so I'd imagine he would rather want to be, a little bit further down. Or a little bit like closer. Like not knife fighting, but like that mid-range engagement.
Yeah, fighting out in the open there is going to suit you more because, like you said, you have those M10s with the 2K range and the 105s.
And you remember what you were talking about? I'm putting those 105s and the M10s directly in that same area you were talking about to just lay hate down this valley.
Yep. Yeah, and the income switched over, so that whole 90 points a minute, not an issue anymore. Now you can really start pumping out the vehicles.
And one thing I want to point out down here is I have the assault groups mixed with the glider rifles, and that was just to do that combined arms concept you were talking about, where the glider rifles will provide the anti-tank, while the assault group just rip infantry apart.
Oh, but here comes the P-47s. Ooh, brutal.
Oh yeah, the bomb loadouts. Oh, Jesus Christ, there were so many bombs. Oh, what am I doing with my P-51? I don't know. Oh, I was seeing if the Bofors... Yep, the Bofors still there.
And they most definitely are. Well, one of them is. Yeah, I think you got the other one.
Oh, I did.
No, the other one's up on the hill. No, it's on the hill now.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no, like, the CK did a great job with, like, disallowing me to use any of my Air Force, because you know how much the Air Force means to 1st Airborne Task Force.
Yep.
It's almost like it's a whole part of its gimmick.
Yeah, that and overpowered infantry.
Yeah. But you can't say anything.
You
can't say anything about overpowered infantry whenever it's like against like what is this Grupa Drodi, when they have just as crazy overpowered infantry.
Right, but they're like brothers.
Yeah,
like the same bullshit.
Yeah, this is the dark mirror match. All right, here's what we were talking about earlier with that Jeep supply. I'm using it to bring in and resupply this M10 tank destroyer. So it's just the M4 105 just happens to get some scraps, but mostly it's there for those APCR rounds of that M10. And that's one of the big reasons why I take the 20-point Jeep supplies in this division, is so they can run up. And if they die, who gives a shit? There's 20-point Jeeps. Just throw another one out there to keep resupplying your M10s, because those are going to be your lifeblood at that 1750 to 2K for killing any Axis, or in this case, Allied tanks.
Yeah, and they also have the same amount of supplies for the same cost as a supply truck. It's 5,000 supplies in a Jeep. It's 10,000 supplies in a supply truck. And, if you need to get that same amount of supply, pay the same price. If you need to get less because you want to save the points and you don't need 10,000, go ahead and do that. The only trade-off there is you don't get to tow as much with it, but really, when are you towing something with your supply truck? Doesn't, really happen that much.
No, it doesn't happen that much. And he shut down my bow fighter up north with his P50 or P39s. So his mix of like air superiority fighters and just the ungodly amount of AA he has is doing a really good job trying to zone me out and forcing me into like infantry engagements that I'm like losing a little bit on, you know, with the range, especially with like how many snipers and other support equipment he does have.
Yeah, and you're getting that position now too, where you're getting back onto the hill down south. So he's gonna have to divert his air force to go deal with that, hold that position because that's where his tick was coming from, and now he's losing that because you've just essentially swapped positions in the north and the south. So it's gonna be hard for him to try to get some advantage here. And it looks like over on his side, he's gonna want to try to do that with the long tom there. Did you have anything in your deck that could counter a long tom?
I have 75 millimeter mortars and 107 millimeter mortars and the 75 millimeter pack howitzers, and faith in the Emperor. That's all I have.
Well, the last part there is going to be more than enough, so you're good.
Yep, as a true guardsman, I can hold the line.
Yep.
Now, what we see here is these assault groups just destroying things. Oh god, look at how many support equipments are hitting this bar. Oh.
I know. I was watching that. He's getting demolished.
Jesus Christ, it's the casting couch over there. Ooh, these are the
Black Widow out.
Oh wow, I haven't seen these Black Widows actually used in play yet, but the 1,000-pound or 1,000-kilogram bombs, they've got 4 of them. The bomb loadout on these Black Widows is crazy.
Yeah, that's gnarly. And it's got the forward nose guns too. So if you wanted to strafe with it, you could, but
Yeah.
shoot its gun when it oh no, it doesn't.
No, it just drops
jeez.
thousands of pounds. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
That's brutal.
I think you can only take them in C, and thank God for that, but still.
Yeah, that's rough.
So I think right now what we're experiencing is it's basically a balanced on balance grind at this point. Just because the income, like, yeah, I have 5 points more than him, but it's turning into that grind. Oh, I was retarded. I didn't put the Stewards with any infantry support, so we get to watch me get punished down there.
Oh?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Now, one
You
thing...
didn't get any more kills there on the infantry sprites.
Yeah, true. Now, one thing I want to point out about these Stewards, and one way I like using them, is they're 30 points for 3 Browning machine guns. The 37 mil, cool story, it's there, right? But the 3 Browning machine guns, if you use it like an LMG infantry squad, it does a lot of work with suppression to, again, supporting your infantry for that whole combined arms concept that we harp on so much.
Yeah, just combine your stuff together, and it helps so much. Especially when you have a box that has machine guns in it and it's really mad, it'll help out a ton. What's interesting is all the Stuart models in this game have, for the like Normandy or Western divisions,
Okay.
have the hedge clearing plow on them. Every single one of them.
Oh, it does. That's weird.
I don't know if all of them had a hedge clearing plow, but
But in
okay.
Eugen's eyes, they all did.
Yeah, that's fine. Wow, that Black Widow's going in again, and it just bombed his own ship.
Now, I'm starting to get pissed off with how much error is coming out, so I think I have 1 Bofors. I got 2 Bofors. I'm just starting to bring out Bofors because I'm realizing that's going to be one of the ways he gets to his win condition is by bombing me into the Stone Age. So I'm going to not be Iraq in the 1990s, and I'm going to actually put up a decent air defense network eventually.
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah, bombs over Baghdad will only last for so long in this map right now. Because the way I'm looking at
See
it...
here, everything is fine.
Well, the way I'm looking at it is he's already shut down all my aircraft, and he's invested so much into his Air Force right now. If I start investing into AA to destroy or take away that advantage, I think I might have a better position later in the game just because of the overinvestment that I'm trying to force into his air.
Yeah, let him build up that air, have your AA be silent for a little bit, and then like at one sortie he just gets wrecked.
Yeah.
Like I remember I played a 1v1 against our buddy Biscuit, like probably years ago at this point, and it was on Zell, and I think he was Sherm or I was Sherm, and one of us was the Finnish divisions. But I got like 3 artillery pieces out and started hitting the front, and he bought like 10 artillery pieces out because it was a match like this, and it was like
Yeah.
a bunch of like cheap artillery, and then just started counter battering with it all at once, and it just absolutely like alpha striked my artillery, and I was like, well, that's the game there, because you sit there, get it all up at once, and then just at one time release it, and if you can endure that for a while, you probably had traded the planes or artillery or something at some point. And when you really are like, all right, I'm focusing on killing it now, then it's even harder to be like, oh well, shit. Like I just lost a bunch of my investment. I'm fucked now.
Yeah. All right, now I got a question for you here. So that Beaufort's in the south, that 40 mil, it's looking out and it's looking like, from the 9 o'clock to the 3 o'clock, right? Now, because the way Eugen games work, if there's an aircraft that goes north of it right now, would that actually engage, or is it based off of its line of sight that you can see there?
I think if it's above it, it'll engage. But there comes a point where on like the plane, when it hits the tree line, then it stops shooting. Like there's like a weird cutoff. But where it's looking at, when it looks down into the valley, it'll be able to shoot at anything that's around there.
Oh, okay. Now,
That's like not directly over it.
yeah. Okay, now the 107s are starting to get involved too now, so I'm using those to try to like hit the front lines because I know he has long toms, and I also know I can't do shit against long toms, so I'm just gonna hit the radio so that they're bringing the long toms in a little bit more accurately. Is one thing I was thinking about doing, and you see my 107s doing that with these Troteliers.
Mm-hmm. You try to mitigate the damage that the long toms can do.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was a direct hit on that one dude. Poor guy.
Oh god.
The artillery shell literally hit the guy.
Oh my god. And then the 107s are scattering into the Pack 40. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, but look at this.
The 107s and 120 mils, even if they don't have radios, are super good.
Yeah, now look at this overinvestment that's going on right now into the south again. Like, the amount of Montagnais, Pioneers, Flame Troops, and an M10, and 2 more Montagnais bar. Like, this man is desperately trying to get in the south.
Yeah, and then up north, too, that's really where the focus from probably ought to be. Because you have the foothold on the hill, and if he wanted to, he could just take you out with all of his artillery.
Yeah.
Drop like a salvo on there, and then push your guys back. You can get back on that position there, and then start shooting down into the valley. But he has no positioning on you over that valley anymore, since he just decided, yeah, I'm gonna, squat here on your hill, and then you can come dig me out. Yeah, like zoomed in, your guys are chilling by one of his howitzers that you cleared out.
Oh, that's the one I bombed earlier. Yep.
Yep.
Where's it at? Oh, yep. They're actually at the howitzer position too. Mm-hmm. Oh shit. That's actually really cool how those models actually stay the entire time.
Yeah, what I remember the scene in in Band of Brothers when they clear out the trench line with like the 88.
Yeah.
Like I've been there, and I was looking around. I was like, wow, there's literally nothing left. Like it's just a field now and like a hedgerow. Like there's no you can't even see the trench like left behind in the field. They like cleared that shit. Like on the tour around, they're like, yeah, it all used to be here, but they actually use this field to farm now. So you just kind of look at the field like, yeah, something happened here. Oh, that's cool. There's an 88 destroyed here in a crazy ass firefight.
Oh yeah, it's like the march of time goes on.
Yeah.
Look at that Pack 40 down south. Oh, it's getting gangbanged by a 105 and an M10.
Yeah, I just got a one-way ticket on the bang bus.
Yep. Now, the overinvestment he put down there in the south is working right now because I have nothing that can really put it off. And I think I am microing elsewhere. Oh, if you look in the center town, you're seeing where I'm microing, what I'm starting to build up over here.
Yep, yeah, you're going to try to push the town there, it looks like.
Yeah, because I realized, I haven't touched this entire thing the entire game. So you see what I did? I hit it with some HE, and then I went into some smoke.
Yep.
Gotta give it that little bit of shake and bake. And the
Well,
60
Thunder
mil
Run.
mortars, oh yeah, and the 60 mil mortars are so amazing with the fact that like they fire so goddamn fast.
Yeah, it's an instant smoke wall.
It might not be the best smoke ball, but it's enough to get my airborne assault group in there, and they can have the 45s do the Lord's work.
Yeah, and you're gonna get in on top of the saboteurs there.
And I think I throw the
yeah.
the Molotov before they throw the satchel.
Yeah, the Molotov should throw quicker than a satchel, and then
Yep.
hopefully the smoke here is gonna stop the Widow. Yep, it stops the Widow from dropping its bombs.
Really? Wait, what?
Yeah, smoke. If the fire position for the bomber is inside of the smoke, it won't drop.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it'll
What?
cut off the line of sight, and it'll just dive on it and not release.
Well, huh? How has no one ever told me about? Like, how have I never known this?
It's just one of those things where if you have 3,500 hours in this game, you just pick it up. You're like, oh, that's really annoying, and then you move on with that information.
Well, now you, because you're a member of this channel and you've like, commented, and subscribed, now know the
Yes.
information that Nilla has picked up over his years, and now as he sits in the nursing home of Steel Division and rocks on his chair, tells you.
Yeah, straight up, I'm like your really, really old grandparent who's like a little racist because I'm just like, this power creep, these motherfuckers with their airborne task force, I hate them. It's like, oh, you're saying that because you're 95. Well, we'll just turn, and you have dementia.
Yeah.
We'll turn a blind eye.
But these Black Widows, man, like, look at the amount of damage they're able to do. Like, I don't
Yeah,
want to
they're
hear
gnarly.
a goddamn thing about Airborne Task Force being like the broken one out of this whole patch. Whenever you have things like that.
Yeah, I think his group of Dobby, whatever that is, the groupement, it gets overlooked because I don't think he has Forcemen. I was wrong about that earlier. I thought he got Forcemen.
No,
They're
he has the Moroccans with the rocket guns instead.
That's right. And they're like 85 men in a squad or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's like a Moroccan soccer team per squad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a whole platoon in a single squad. It's a mob, really, is what it is. It's like a mob of mean Moroccans ready to fuck up some Nazis. They're like, dude, don't know why I'm here, but I'm here to kill. Like,
Yes. I'm all out of bubblegum.
how did I end up in Brest, Poland? No idea, but we're here.
But we're here. Yeah, and I'm noticing he doesn't actually run any of those squads, and I think that they're a really good choice for a group of Drati because of how big and chunky they are. Like, it's just like the Soviets having their 20-man, what are they called?
Shrefniki.
Strafniki. You just can't kill them fast enough.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Soviets also take the Wagner Shrefniki too in 43rd.
Oh yeah, with the PPSHs, the officer Strafnikis, yeah. So
Yeah,
it's
Eugen was doing a little fortune telling there with those guys.
yep. Ooh. So you can see
Horsemen
like
scouts in the middle there throwing Willie Pete on the flamethrowers.
oh yeah, the yep.
Damn, those French dudes are running the opposite direction of the firefight real quick. Damn, those guys are like really fast. Holy shit.
Oh, the Sappers Montague Flame? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, look at how good these Forceman Scouts are in, like... Wait, you fire the sniper rifle in close combat too? Within that 100 meters? So that means you're getting that extra suppression on top of the flame grenade, on top of the carbines, on top of the Lord's caliber. Oh?
Yeah. Yeah, they're gnarly. That's why this division just drives me up a goddamn wall.
What,
There's
1st Airborne?
Yeah, the snipers, everybody has a bazooka or a satchel charge or maybe a Willie Pete.
Yeah.
And then you play 352nd and you're like, oh, cool, I have a Grenadier squad with an MG42.
Yeah, well...
for 20 points. And then the glider rifles is 5 points more.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, if you guys know me and know what I play in tournaments, you would, like, really be concerned with why I play half of the shit I played. Like, I just got done playing 10th Guards Tank Corps on, what was it, Tannenberg, because I thought it was going to be fun. So
You also had me playing the Estonians because you played the Estonians, and you wanted to
oh,
watch me play the Estonians.
oh, I love the Estonian division. It's so bad, but it's so good because you get those moose dods and you get like jack shit. Really, it's just a fun thing to play.
I don't know if you were here when Graham and I were playing each other recently, but I was 184th, and he was that Hungarian division, and the Valentines in that nearly won me the game. And I didn't realize how good they were against the Terrans going into it. But if you ever struggle with Terrans, Valentines will absolutely destroy them because they have a really high rate of fire, even on the one that is that isn't the 50 mil one. Like I think it's like the 37 or 40 millimeter.
Oh, the 2-pounder.
Yeah, it's still really, really good.
One thing, again, I'm going to keep bringing up from past casts. Look at how well this Sherman is doing just as infantry support. Like, it was actually really doing a good job with its 150 cal and its 230 cals, I think it's got. And at the same time, it's allowing these glider rifles and a bunch of other stuff to get in there. Yeah, the glider rifles had to take out that M10, but that's because that's what they're there to do.
Yeah, the Sherman doing its initial job, infantry support.
Yeah, and as you see here, I got plenty of Shermans to spare because the new deck has them in C phase. I only have Stuarts in B. So I'm suffering a little bit there, but I have the M10s and the anti-tank tab. So I'm covering as many of my bases, so during C phase, when I get all of those points, I can have the infantry support I need to do what I need to do, you know?
Yeah, that is the correct way to think about it.
All right, now we're going to look at my my Air Force coming in. I know I'm pushing through Bofors, but something's got to give, man.
The bow fighters. What a goofy looking plane.
Oh, that shit is super goofy. But I threw the HE one in first to go after that M1 gun, just to like have it as a failsafe, just so that the AT bow fighter would be able to hit that M10.
And then one thing I want to point out is down south, your Shermans aren't going on the hill back into that meat grinder. They're gonna go push the flag there, which tactically that's the right move to do there. You want to, all right, we've just bloodied each other's faces on the hill. He probably doesn't have much in the valley anymore. Let's go push it. And then you also have the 2 M10s and the Sherman 105 behind them to give fire support. So yeah, good move there. Good decision to push the valley.
Yeah, and I was like, you know what? He's been pushing in the center a little bit. As you see here with this ungodly blob of Montagneux that are just, like, there. I'm holding it with a single Chasseur Para at this point.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yep. Oh, yeah, look at that. The stream of bullets coming out onto that Montagneux bar. It's not even the cannon that's doing the suppression. It's the actual, you know, machine guns.
Yep. Here comes another Black Widow.
Hey, surprise!
And bye-bye, Sherman. Oh, it lived.
Oh. It's decently fucked up, but it did live. I'm surprised the airborne rifles didn't shoot it with a bazooka.
Is he out?
No, he's got all
He might
6.
be out of his...
It might be out of range.
Oh, he probably has it off.
Oh, just trying to hold it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. What airborne rifle squad from the United States in the 1940s has the last name of Ali? What in the world?
Eugen, you done fucked up here.
I would expect the Moroccan dudes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the Forceman Scouts killing that Bofors is so huge.
Yeah, that's big. Yeah, there's no more AA down south, except the one that's behind the hill there that hasn't, I don't really think, shot anything.
339, I think it shot something.
One thing you've done in this game so far is you've been like one initial move ahead each step, so it's forced CK to react every time, and it's kind of you can tell as the game's gone on, your guys' micro has been stretched to the limit. You're getting a little fatigued because your Sherman's got retreated up the hill.
Yeah.
And he didn't move his bazooka or his M10 to come down the hill and engage the Shermans.
Oh, that is fair.
Now the M10 probably wouldn't have been a good one because those you have your M10s covering, but the bazooka could pop up, take a Sherman out, run back, or maybe die. But that'd be a good trade.
Yeah. Oh, we're about to see me hit the Bofors with not only the Forceman Scouts but the Sherman down south too. Ooh. Oh, look in the center. Look what's going on up there. The Montague's Flame. I realize that he doesn't have any anti-tank, so I just throw the Shermans at him. Like, fuck it, send it.
Yeah, send it. He's had to send so many planes down south to take out those Shermans.
Yeah, and I have Bofors up now. No, he keeps killing them with the 155s. That's what he's doing. Oh, but I do break him down there.
Yeah, this is when both your decks are like running on empty.
No, I still had plenty of shit.
Dick.
Like you see here, I'm bringing like 3 airborne paras, 3 glider rifles. You know, I built this deck for like the longevity of it. I might not last a while, but my deck sure as fuck will.
Yeah, whenever I'm building a V for Victory deck, I'm like, okay, how many infantry units do I want? I was like, I need a minimum of like 95.
Yeah, 95 to like, I think I have 107 in this.
Yeah, if it's any less than 90, I'm like, oh, I don't know. That Bofors just killed your Sherman.
Well, that Sherman has also survived like 4 Black Widows and a P-51 and a P-39 and the kitchen sink that he found somewhere and threw at it.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to say some good stuff here. He is remicroing his M10s coming from the center after I did that failed push, and he's moving it down to the south, realizing how fucked up I have everything going on right now.
Brutal.
But I was able to, with that fire support from those M10s and that 105, kill off his M10. So now I'm doing a containment strategy down south with these airborne rifles and just trying to, like, push them out a little bit. But I'm also moving up this M10 tank destroyer and this 105 because I'm like, he's got to be bringing more stuff in.
Yeah, you can see, too, his micro is stretched because he just called out all those Pack 75 howitzers, and they're all sitting in the Jeep still and haven't unloaded.
Oh, you think he's panicking just because of, like, the fact he's going to lose in 9 minutes and he's just trying to push different areas as I'm pushing these things as well?
Yeah, if he's even paying attention to the tick, it's probably more so he's like, okay, I'm microing the front, trying to move stuff into position, and then forgot he called that out like a minute and a half ago.
Yeah. Oh, also, you remember how I was talking about how deep this deck goes? For example, because I ran out of infantry slots because I love my infantry so much, especially my U.S. Airborne, in C phase for bringing officer support, I have 6 artillery commanders because I wanted them to be chunky.
Brutal.
All right, we're going to get some close combat in the south with these 3 airborne rifles fighting against the Monseigneurs and the officer. And I think what we're seeing here is just M1s and Thompsons doing a great job.
Yeah, it's a lot of 30-06 and 45 flying through the woods here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and if you looked, my M10 is actually picking off his M10s from that 2K range because that Jeep is there with it.
Yep.
Brutal. It's just unlimited APCR. Unlimited.
He's shooting at the Jeep. Oh, that poor Jeep.
Hey, he sacrificed for the greater good.
He did do that. That's some cow shit.
Ah, filthy fish communists.
I wish they'd make another Fire Warrior style game. But with like a guardsman, that'd be sick.
Oh yeah, anything with a guardsman, just like you can throw so many historical references into like a world or like a 40K first-person shooter where you're a guardsman. You can have like a space version of Clandathu. You can have space Omaha Beach because why not? You know, like any historical thing going on, you can have it with like 40K and Imperial Guardsmen.
Your M10 just bounced a shot from another M10.
And then he missed it, and then the other M10 firing, and he missed. And then,
he got RNG's is like, all right, that was pretty fucked up. I gotta give you one.
Oh, the other M10s are about to start hitting Bofors. Oh, but I have so much AA now.
He's got to be running out of tanks if you're calling in so many howitzers.
With the fact that he's only bringing in artillery right now, I think he's running out of everything.
Yeah.
I just out-deeped him.
Yeah, you can just go deeper.
Yeah. And then look at all these APCRs just flying everywhere. Little red, like, laser blast going in.
Yep.
Oh, I think I realize at a certain point how densely packed his shit is in this center, like, forest. And so the 107s are just doing the Lord's work as I'm pushing in with these airborne rifles.
Yeah, it's brutal. It doesn't matter they have a flamethrower when you're pinned.
Exactly. And then I have glider rifles providing, like, a secondary, you know, line. So remember, boys and girls, always use infantry support equipment if you have it.
Yes. Always.
Yeah, look at that 57 mil in the center just, like, unloading on these Montague flames as well.
Yeah, that keyhole down the road.
Yep.
Nothing but carnage in that forest.
Oh, it's just like American Airborne chunky salsa there. And Montaignes. But I do kill the 40 mil with those 107s. I don't know if I realize this, but air's back on the menu, boys. Now, up north, I tried pushing again somewhere else with the 105, but I didn't see his 57 mil. So he did get me there.
I'm still upset up north that the little saboteur squad hasn't done anything.
It's just staring at that 57 mil. It's just like, hi.
Yeah, if it wanted to.
Oh my god, look down south. 4 Lysanders at once. Oh god, look what I'm trying to do with these Stewarts. Oh god, it's so stupid.
You're trying to kill off their bloodline. That pack howitzer just shot a heat shell at it.
But it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see here, I currently am still throwing plenty of infantry into the meat grinder, good sir, along with artillery and M10 support.
Ooh, there's the P-39s coming as air support. Yeah, you know it's getting desperate when that's happening.
Yeah. Oh, P-39 goes down. Oh, thank God my AA net's actually doing something now.
Oh yeah, double that.
Yeah. Well, I think all my Bofors right now are single vet. I just have 3 of them in the southern quadrant because I got so pissed off.
Yeah, I would be too. That shit's
3.
annoying.
Yeah. Like, if you're gonna fuck me, at least do it with something that I can shoot back at, not just all aircraft.
Yeah, like, give me a reach round at least. Come on.
Wait, are these pack howitzers like a 1,500 meter heat shell that he's using as AT guns now? What?
Yes, that is what's happening.
Jesus Christ.
Oh wow, they actually shoot, like, the rounds pretty fast.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought it was APCR at first when I saw it.
Not very accurate, though.
True. So oh, but there's gonna be more aircraft. Come on, strafe the M10. Oh, but I'm getting pissed off right back at it, so I'm throwing the P-51s in there too. Oh, wait. What is this P-51 going for? Oh, it's just going for a random one. I should have gone for the 155 further back.
Oh, you pinged it, though. Yep.
Yeah, that's the joys of the Lightnings being as fast as they are. Oh, I can get in there real quick and figure some stuff out. Oh, does the P-51 get on the back of the Black Widow? Nope, damn it. The amount of bombs dropped is just crazy.
Yeah, down south, I don't know. Was it like, we gotta ask ourselves, is it worth the amount of materials and humans lost to take that hill?
Oh, from
Probably not.
From his perspective, or where I retake it?
No,
oh god!
just as like a person.
Oh god! Look at the Beaufighter! It did it! Oh no, it didn't do it! Damn it! But you can fire position with the HE rockets and they'll fire.
Yep. Yeah.
So I was able to like at least damage the 155 there.
Well, congrats on this soon-to-be win.
Okay, so I want to hear what are your opinions on how I played the first Airborne Task Force and how you think that a newer player can really take advantage of the deck that I'll be providing them.
I mean, so when you're playing B for Victory, one thing I'll see in quick play games, people will be like, "Well, I did pretty good that game." It's like, right, KD wise, you did, and you stuck in the game for a while. But my goal was never to knock you out of the game in 10 minutes. It was to sit there, grind you out, and play that way. And that's exactly what you did here. Like, you're like, okay, this isn't going to be a quick game. This is going to be a long game. And I know exactly what I need to do it. I have this thought process. And that's really important, regardless of the units that are in the deck. The fact that you have really good units allows you to drag it out even longer because your individual units go really, really far. So with First Airborne Task Force, if you run into somebody who's like a Maverick and they do well in A phase, you might be in a rough spot because you have no tanks in A phase.
Yeah.
But if you're on a map that's good for it, you're not running into something like that, you can really lean on your tanks, or I'm sorry, on your infantry and how good they are as individual units. You run into like a 352nd, like I said earlier, you're just going to clean the floor with them because 9-man grenadier squads can't do literally anything to any of your infantry units.
Yeah. All right, now I want to show you something. Look at the team stats.
Yeah, that's brutal.
I lost 2k less kills losses than him and still won. And I think what it is he overinvested in support units while I continuously invested into frontline units. I don't know
what you also weren't out of units.
No, I kept having more stuff to throw in there.
That's the wild part, is you weren't empty and you were still down 2k on kills.
Oh yeah, I traded people for positions. But all right, how much you want to bet if I look at my losses, it's mostly going to be his Black Widows and his artillery. Yeah, look, the kills, Black Widow, just murdering everything. 155, Black Widow. All right, this Montaigneur's bar did pretty good. P-47.
Six squads of infantry.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I think this is a good example of like how First Airborne Task Force can be used to take the actual advantage of the game. Because at the end, when you're seeing like recon units being thrown out in a line formation, you can tell that he doesn't have much infantry left. And if you can outlast him and you can keep that grind going, you can win.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, and with that, any final thoughts, comments, concerns there, Nilla?
Just remember what I said at the start of the video, children. If you don't do all of those things, daddy's never coming back.
All right, so at this point in time, Nilla's going to go out and get some cigarettes. So based off of the likes, comments, and subscribes, we'll find out if he comes back in the next episodes.
Be good. Mom needs you to be good.
Bye, everyone, and until then, next cast, I'll see you guys later.